It's Trick Tool Tuesday, and today we're talking about hose clamps. Now, these hose clamps aren't going to be the ones that I'm talking about. These ones are great. I like these ones. These ones are the ones that I use all the time. The hose clamps I'm going to be talking about is these annoying little things. Squeeze clamps. So I hate these things. They're so bad. Even as much as I hate them, you have to learn to use them because every car has these things on them. They're always turned into the tightest place where you can't get a pair of pliers on there to squeeze it. So I have a tool for you guys that's going to make you getting these off a heck of a lot easier. This thing right here. This is called a Pneumatic hose clamp plier set, I guess. It says it's called a set, but it's just this one. What it is it's a pair of plier looking things, but it has this cable. And at the end of the cable, when you squeeze the pliers, what it does is it retracts in that thing. Those little claws you put on either side of these little tabs to squeeze this, and it squeezes it in. It opens it up, and you can just wiggle it off of wherever it's at, and it makes taking them off so much easier. And not only that, because this is so thin here, you can kind of get it into those hard to reach places where these tabs are turned to the point where you can't get a big set of pliers in there to squeeze them by hand. It has this little tab here that slides up over this, and these little teeth lock into this here, which makes it so that this doesn't slide back. You don't have to continually keep pressure squoze on the pliers. You can just do it once, and it clicks and it stays. So that way you can kind of leave that be, and you can use your hand to wiggle this off or try to push it or pry it or whatever you need to do. And it goes a little further than that. It goes all the way to basically touching, and it locks there, which opens that up as far as it can go. And then that's easy. At this point, that is easy to slide off of your hose, so you can undo it. Let me show you real quick how easy these are to use. So I got this clamp here. All I'm gonna do is set this over top of it, and just using my one hand because I'm filming, just gonna slowly squeeze. And see, it's loose now. And then at that point, you can just take the hose, and the hose slides right off. This one's full of coolant, so I'm not gonna take it all the way off, but you get the idea. To release it, all you have to do is squeeze it and push this down to release the lock. And that's all you have to do. These things are really cool. It's been a lifesaver for especially doing like radiators and stuff. Because doing radiators, there's always a bottom hose like this one down there, and that hose always gets pressed up against like the core support or some sort of frame rail or something, and that hose clamp gets turned to where you can't get pliers in there, and these things right here, these are really awesome for getting those, because there would be like no way other than like cutting the hose that you could get those off without those. Working with those squeeze clamps is not fun. Reusing them isn't always the greatest, because If I remember correctly, they're supposed to actually just be a one-time use thing. But grab yourself one of these, one of these hose clamp organizer things here, because having these things around is so nice for when you squeeze one of those things and it comes off and it flies away and you can't find it. It's just super nice to have these around. Not only that, on projects and stuff, I switch them out for these things because they're just so much better. They hold tighter, they're easier to get to, they're just a whole lot nicer to use. So that pro tip would be getting an organizer and filling it with all the sizes that you can get. And I'll put a link to the pliers and to an organizer down below if you guys want to pick them up if you're doing it enough. That is all I have for this Trick Tool Tuesday, guys. There'll be a link in the description for those pliers, and there'll be another link in there for the square drive hose clamps. Remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, comment if you have any questions. You guys have a great day.